Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning meet of IndiaNivesh. This is Mehul Kothari from the research desk. Today is 27/5/2020. Well, yesterday the selling pressure persisted on the D Street for fourth consecutive session. Although the index Nifty spot started the session with a downside gap, but it remained under pressure throughout the day. Eventually, it ended the session in red below 11,700 mark. On the other hand, if you see for the third consecutive session, Bank Nifty index displayed some strength and ended with marginal loss. The overall market breadth remained extremely weak throughout the session. On the sectoral front, if we see all the group indices ended in loss due to broad-based selling. From the pack of losers, Nifty Auto and Nifty Realty stocks were the worst performers. While the broader market indices like Nifty Mid Cap 100 and Nifty Small Cap 100 indices ended with a loss of around 0.5 to 1%. Coming to the derivatives data, yesterday we saw that there was some heavy selling by the FIs and index futures. FIs remained bearish by creating heavy short positions, and now the long to short ratio is 28%, which is still high, and it can go down further if they create further short positions. In index options, they remain neutral by buying both call and put options. If in rupee terms we see FI sold index futures of around 1200 crores, while in index options they were buyers of 1700 crores. The selling in cash market has been aggravated since last three sessions. Previously it was around 1000 crore, then it went to 2000 crore. Now yesterday there was selling of more than 3000 crore by the FIs in cash segment. On the other hand, if you see DIS bought equities worth around 2786 crores. Basically, yesterday's price action of Nifty future was highly negative with a sharp rise in open interest by 10%, and also the volumes were very high, which clearly indicates there was addition of short positions. The premium, however, the premium is still high at 17 points. Being an expiry, we expect the premium to be dropped down drastically today. The PCR, the only positive sign over here is PCR has reached near 1.00 levels, which is slightly oversold, because earlier we have seen that when PCR has reached below 1.0, that is to be very specific, it reached to 0.96 level. From there, there was a sharp bounce in the market. So today, if still there is a cut of around 50 100 points in index, then possibly tomorrow there could be a small breather or a pullback rally, relief rally in the markets. As per the Nifty option chain, overall at the open interest is at 11,600 strike put of around 3 million shares. So 11,600, which was a previous low also, technically 11,600 could act as a support in today's session. On the upside, 11,800 could be a very strong resistance for this expiry, and although we are quite far away from there, so 11,800 is still out of the question. Technically, Nifty respected yesterday the placement of 200-day moving average at around 11,680 levels, but there is high chance that we shall break the low of 11,600 today, because the SGX Nifty is indicating that we might open with a downside gap over 50-60 points. Although we had this bearish view that 11,600 will be breached very soon, but we expected a small bounce in between, and that is not happening. So now below 11,600, the index can slide towards 11,550 to 11,500 odd levels. On the upside, only a move above 11,730 would now confirm that there is a possibility of some bounce in the market. So 11,730 is a strong resistance for Nifty. A downside support is at 11,600. With regards to Bank Nifty, it has confirmed a breakdown below 30,350 odd levels, and it has closed below the same. So, as we discussed yesterday, the downside targets are 30,200 to 30,000, and below 30,000 there could be further selling in the market. So 30,000 is as of now is a psychological and technical support for Bank Nifty for today's session. With regards to stocks, there are no fresh sell ideas, because the risk reward ratio is not favorable for going short. However, we have few stocks which should be taken, which should be looked at for a buying opportunity and for a sharp bounce, but there is no clear trade setup. So stocks are ACC, Maruti, SGFC Limited, HDFC Bank, Adani Ports, and Reliance. All these three six stocks are there. These stocks should be in everyone's watch list, because whenever the market will take a breather or a bounce back will come, these stocks should bounce back sharply. So we'll initiate buying trade in these stocks, but as of now, they should be in the watch list for a sharp bounce. So that's it on the technical front, and Dharmesh sir is not available with us today. So we'll end the morning call and podcast. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice day.